Hello students, in this session we are going to see about conditional execution and looping construct. Conditional execution, most of the ARM instructions are executed conditionally by the ARM processor. There are 15 conditional codes. These conditions depends on the CPSR flag. There are these are the flags of CPSR: negative flag, zero flag, carry flag, overflow flag. These flag will be set by the instruction, but it is not default. If the instruction wants to set the CPSR flag, that instruction must have a suffix. But the only difference among all the instruction is the compare instruction. The compare instruction will not have a suffix. By default, the compare instruction will set CPSR flag because it will not store the result anywhere in the result or register or memory, but it will update the CPSR flag based on the result of compare operation. We'll see some examples. First example, it converts the integer number to hexadecimal character. This is a C code. First, it is checking whether the input data is less than 10 or not. If it is less than 10, then we no need to convert to hexadecimal value. Hexa values are from 0 to 9, then A, B, C, D, E, F. So if the data is from 0 to 9, then we no need to convert. So what we will do, if it is less than 10, we will add 0 with the I. So there will not be any change. If it is not less than 10, if it is not less than 10, then we have to convert into hexadecimal. So how to convert it? We have to add input data plus ASCII A. ASCII A is 41, 41 minus 10. 41 minus 10, it becomes 31. 31. So we'll take one example. If I is 11, if it is 11 integer, the hexadecimal value is B. So we'll see how we are getting this B. The operation to convert to hexadecimal is this one. So I is taken as 11. So 11 plus A is 41. 41 minus 10. 11 plus 41 minus 10, it is 31. So 11 plus 31 is 42. So ASCII A is 41, ASCII B is 42, ASCII C is 43, and etc. So 41 is B. So now this is a C program. We'll see the assembly code for this C. So first compare instruction, I am comparing whether my input is uh, 10 or not. Then next instruction, add instruction, but we have condition here. Condition is low. So my I am checking my I is lower than 10 or not. If it is lower than 10, means that is integer number. 0 to 9 means I no need to convert to hexadecimal value. I should add 0 with that. So what I am doing, result is equal to I plus 0. So result is equal to I plus 0. I'll get. Next, if it is higher than, if my input data is higher than 10 or equal to or higher than 10, so what I'll do, I'll add I with the A minus 10, 41 minus 10. So I'll get the corresponding hexadecimal value. Next example, to identify the vowel. This is the C code. So for this C code, we will write the assembly instructions. First, TEQ. This is the instruction test for equality. Test for equality is done between C and A. So vowels are A, E, I, O, U. I am comparing whether my input data is A or not. Next, test for equality. Then again we have condition not equal. If the first case is not equal, here it is if both are not equal, then only this instruction will be executed. If my data is not A, then I am comparing, then I am checking whether it is E or not. So only here I am applying condition. Next, again, if the first one is not true, then I will check the next one. Test for equality, when I will test if both are, if the, in the previous instruction both are not equal. If C is not equal to E, then I will check whether it is I. If this is not I, then I will check whether it is O. If this is not O, then I will check U. If any one condition is satisfied here, if any one condition is satisfied, for example, this is satisfied, c is I, c is equal to I, so next instruction will not be executed because here the condition, oh, this instruction will execute only when this is not equal, but when it becomes equal, this instruction will be skipped, this also will be skipped. So next instruction which will execute is this instruction. So add, so this is how we are finding working. Next is looping constructs. See, in most of the assembly language program we have loop. There are different kinds of loop. First one is the decremented counted loop. In decremented counted loop, here n for a n iteration loop, the loop counter I counts down from n to n or n minus 1 to 0. So we'll see one example. Move I comma n. The n value, the count value is moved to I. Then loop starts here. Loop body. Here see the iteration I equal to n. Then the next loop will be n minus 1. Next loop will be n minus 2. Till 1. Here we are checking this loop will continue when until I is equal to 0. Next here in this example n is taken as I is taken as n minus 1. So for that we are writing this instruction sub is I equal to n minus 1. The loop starts here, loop body. So, see first loop, in the first loop I is equal to n minus 1, then n minus 2. So till it goes till 0. So here I am comparing whether I became 0 or not. So when I became 0, I'll stop the code. Here I am checking whether I is equal to 1 or not. When it becomes 1, I'll stop the program. Second type is unrolled counter loop. In unrolled counter loop, this is used by loop unrolling. This loop unrolling reduces the loop overhead by executing a loop body multiple times. Last one is multiple nested loop. Here we can combine multiple loops within a single register. Uh, this is for placing the innermost loop count at the highest bit position. This nested loop only requires single loop counter register, which can improve the efficiency by freeing up the register for other uses. Thank you.